Hello everybody, I'm back. To all you lovers and haters and friends and foes, I'm back. It is the middle of the night. It is 1:50 a.m. here in Ghana, West Africa. I can't sleep, so I'm up. I just found me something to eat. My stomach is growling because I stayed up long enough to get hungry. So I'm eating some KFC chicken, something, popcorn chicken. Excited about getting up in the morning, going to my new place. I'm very, very excited. I explained on live that I've been in Ghana 3 years. This is the first house I ever rented where it feels like home. This is the first house I ever rented where I'm excited to decorate, where I'm buying things for the house. Everywhere else we lived, I had the basics: refrigerator, stove, cleaning products, bed. That was it. That was all in the house. We didn't have nothing extra. No house ever felt like home to where I wanted to put myself into it, except this house. So right now I'm just sitting on the bed, waiting to either fall asleep or waiting on daylight. I would like to listen to music, but I can't do that on YouTube. YouTube has a fit about music, so anyway, I just want to pop in real quick. Don't have much to say. Oh, you know what I can do on YouTube? I can smoke. I can have me a cigarette and keep talking instead of playing music and eating. Hold on, give me a minute. So we didn't move to the house tonight because the lady didn't put the refrigerator in. And but all our seasonings and condiments and everything is there. The only thing here in this fridge is our meat. And so, yeah, we just decided to stay here tonight. And just chill. And I'm cool with that because I have like maybe a little over a week to stay here. Maybe 2 more weeks to be here. So I'm not worried about that. I don't have to pay nothing extra or nothing like that. So, anyway. Like I said, if y'all have anything that y'all want me to talk about in Ghana, any place y'all want to go see, let me know. I will try to make that a field trip. So far, we're planning to go to the Village on Stilts, finally, because, well, no. I don't know if we're going to go towards Tagrati to the Village on Stilts or go towards Accra to a different outing. I think if we go to Accra will be, we can go to several different places in Accra, but that will probably also be an overnight stay because I won't want to drive back at night at all. I'm just not into being on the road at night, especially here in Ghana. So, I hope on this video I get a lot of nice comments. I hope all the nasty people stay away. Because you guys are mean and you shouldn't be. Why can't you just come in and be loving and friendly and say nice things? Oh, let me guess. Somebody's going to say something about you don't own a comb. You can't comb your hair. I'm just letting y'all know what the comments might be. Yeah, I know I'm putting it in your mind, but I already know how this works. I've read the nastiest comments, some of the most ignorant. Y'all have no idea the comments I've seen because you don't take the time to go through and read them all like I did the other day. But other than that, I'm cool in Ghana. Y'all don't get to see my whole life. You get to see, Most of my life and the happiest parts of my life is when I'm on live. You can see that on live. All you have to do is put the notifications on either here or TikTok. Every time I leave the house, every time I leave, I go live and show you everything that's going on in my day. The only time I might pause a live I'm learning to do lately is at the post office, because the post office is usually a 2 to 3 hour stay. It takes them approximately 30 minutes to get one package together. I don't know if the printing system is slow or the computer system is slow, but the post office is a nightmare. I thank God I don't have to go back there to mail anything, hopefully ever. I do have to go to immigration tomorrow to renew my visa, and I have to go to the post office to pick up a package from the U.S., and I'm praying to God there's some grits in there. I don't know. Some grits. Let me see what else. Some grits. Some jalapeno peppers in a can. Let me see what else I'm hoping might be in there. Cheeseburger, hamburger helper. Now, if there's cheeseburger, hamburger helper in there, I'm going to go to the meat market, to the butcher, have them cut me a piece of meat off and put it in a grinder and make me some ground beef. So I'll find out tomorrow. Other than that, life is great. So people ask me, if you're so miserable and so unhappy, why don't you leave Ghana? Why do you stay there? I'm not miserable and unhappy. I'm not so miserable and so unhappy in Ghana. Just like you're in the U.S. and you have good days and bad days, I have those same days here in Ghana. That doesn't make you jump up and leave the United States. So why would I jump up and leave Ghana because I had a bad day or a bad week? That just don't make no sense to me. First of all, my intentions is to never live back in the U.S. again. The same thing I'm experiencing in Ghana, you can experience there on a higher level, okay? I love Ghana. There's no guns allowed here. Like I said, there's no obvious gangbanging. There's no obvious drug use that I have seen. So before you make a comment, watch the whole video and pay attention to what I'm saying, because you're making comments as if you're not listening to what I'm saying or you're not watching the whole video. I'm very happy. I absolutely love Ghana. I love the peace. I love my freedom. I love the fact that there's no white officer or black officer, no officer at all that's going to blow my head off because of the color of my skin. I love the fact that I don't have to accidentally end up in the wrong neighborhood and people look at me like they've never seen a black person before, which is things you go through in the U.S. I don't care where you live. Don't say, oh, I don't live in areas like that. I don't care where you live. You can hit the wrong corner. Black people can hit the wrong corner and people look at you like you're in the wrong neighborhood. The police will pull you over and ask you, what are you doing in this area? Do you live here? Do you know somebody here? What brought you to this area? We go through things like that in the U.S., so I don't have to deal with that in Ghana at all. You don't never see a police officer unless you're on the highway. That's it. That's all. There's no reason for them to patrol neighborhoods. You never see them because there's no violence here for them to have to patrol the city and the neighborhoods, at least not in Elmina and Cape Coast. Now, Accra might be a little different. It's a bigger city. Maybe they got bigger crime up there. I don't know. I don't care. I don't live up there, and I have no desire to live in Accra. That might change one day, but for now, I'm cool with Elmina. And, maybe secondly would be Cape Coast. So, yeah, that's just answering a couple of questions. I don't want to live. Oh, my husband. Marrying an older woman because, okay, so here's the problem. You married a younger guy. He needs to have kids. One, he has a child. He needs to have kids. You're too old to have kids. His family wants him to have children. You don't know his family. I don't fucking know them either. And I don't care to know them. And I don't give a shit what his family thinks because they have nothing to do with our marriage. We are two grown adults making our own decisions. The problem with the U.S., my relationships and some of y'all's relationships is that the in-laws are always in your business telling you what you should and shouldn't do. And that comes between you and your husband or you and your wife. I'm happy my husband's family don't live nowhere near us. I'm grateful. I don't know if they're good people or bad people. I really don't care. What I care about is me and my husband and our own marriage. We are responsible for our marriage. I don't care what their culture is. But me and my husband had a long conversation, several conversations about children and marriage before we got married. The green card. My husband did not marry me for a green card because he knew from the beginning, before he was my husband, before he was my fiance, when I just knew him as a person, he knew that my intentions was to live and die in Ghana and never ever live in the U.S. So he knew getting a green card was out of the question. Now, I did apply for a visa in case I would like to take him to visit. I don't look into it. I don't care when the appointment is. I don't go into it at all because I have no intentions on taking him to the U.S. He doesn't talk about a visa. He doesn't pressure me about it. He's not one of those people. He is a proud Ghanaian. Even when he snapped and started talking about Ghana like a dog, my husband is a proud Ghanaian. He loves Ghana. So that's another thing that kind of came up. What brought me here? If you watch more than one video, you will know what brought me here was a 10-day girl trip. I would never move to Ghana or move to another country for love or relationship. I didn't come here for love or relationship. I came here on a 10-day girl trip, and I fell in love with the land and the people and how humble and loving and friendly they appeared to be. No, they were, the men. The women were kind of shitty off the gate. I didn't know it would continue to be that way. But yeah, I didn't come here for a man. I met my husband the second time I came here. So thank you, but that's my story. I didn't come here for a relationship. I didn't come here looking for love. Of course, somebody else said that the reason I'm going through what I'm going through is because I didn't do my research. I brought my American attitude, my Western world attitude over here to Ghana without learning about Ghanaians and studying and researching. I came here, and that I chose to move in the village, in my husband's poor village, and now I'm shocked that I'm poor. First of all, I didn't have a husband at the time. I chose to live in the village amongst the natives before I knew who my husband was. And his village is somewhere 16 hours away, so I do not live in my husband's village. I chose to live in a village for 1 year. I wanted to just be surrounded by the natives and learn the culture and live like they live. I chose to live that life. So yeah, I lived it for 3 years, but the last few months it has changed. It's not the same. It doesn't feel the same. But instead of you being nasty, maybe you should stop and think that maybe that's God's way of pushing me out of the village into something better. And so he had to make me feel uncomfortable. Maybe you should look at it that way and not be so negative. I really wish I would make a video one day where there is not one single negative comment on here at all. That would be a blessing. Stop telling me what I should and shouldn't do, especially if you've never been on this continent and never lived on this land, never put your feet on it. You have no idea what it's like to be over here. But like I said, for the most part, it's good. Me moving back to the United States, never do I ever think about doing that. Ghana has not done nothing to make me want to run back to the U.S. But again, I chose to live in the village, and I have said this in many, 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 many videos and on my live many, 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 many times. So this video is too long for TikTok, so it's going on YouTube. You can meet me on TikTok. It's Kimberly Renee. My TikTok name is It's Kimberly Renee, IT''S Kimberly Renee. That's my active TikTok. I do have a backup TikTok, which is Meet Lil Kim. Meet Lil, Meet Lil Kim. That's my backup TikTok. So, like I said, if you have any questions, ask me. Please be respectful. Please try to be nice, kind adults, and leave your negative comments to yourself. The only reason I don't delete 95% of them is because it pushes my content out. Even when you say negative stuff, it pushes my content out there. There's a small percentage of y'all, I do delete your comments and I do block you because you get a little too nasty, a little too condescending, and it rubs me the wrong way. And so you are the people that I do block, or I will at least delete your comment and see if you come back a little kinder. And if you don't, then I go ahead and block you. And then I watch you come in under another name, which is just lets me know that you probably really just don't have a life. I don't know. But I love being on the continent. I love being on the motherland. If I ever feel the need to leave, I can do that. I can do that. I do go home every 6 months, like I said, except this time I chose to stay in Ghana for 1 year for the first time, which means I should be leaving around April. And I'm not excited about going back to the U.S., but I know I need to get a break from Ghana because when I leave and go to the U.S., it makes me miss Ghana and want to come back. So I'll keep you posted on whether or not I return in April or not. Let me see, what else do I have to say? Because what the truth is, I'm up late and I don't have nothing to do, so I start talking to the camera. I start talking to y'all. So that's what I'm doing. Talking to my camera. Without music. Imagine, just imagine. Just imagine. Now, I'm going to say good night. I love you all and stay blessed.